What's up, fam? How's it going? God, I hate myself. So I just finished my very first month of being a real life nurse. School was over, I passed my NCLEX, I got a license, I'm a licensed practical nurse, and I started at a long-term care skilled nursing facility, and here I am a month later. I'm still kicking it. I haven't died yet, I haven't killed anyone yet, I've been taking care of around 30 people at a time, and it's been okay. It's been fun. I enjoy it. It is much more enjoyable than school. I've learned a lot in the past month. My training was about 2.5 weeks on days and now 1.5 weeks on nights, and I have one more week on nights before I can either add some more training or go off on my own. And I think I'm gonna go off on my own. I don't know. But I learned 5 major things that I want to share with you, and maybe you can tell me if these things happen to you, if these happen to you in class, if these things happen to you in the real world, and what your opinions are about my opinions, because, you know, we're all friends, let's hang. So the very first thing that I want to talk about are suppositories. I was freaking terrified of suppositories in school. I did not want to put anything up anyone's butt, ever. Ever, ever, ever. But you know what? When you just gotta do it, you gotta do it. We have a bowel protocol. The third day, if they didn't have a medium or large BM, they are on milk of mag. If the milk of mag doesn't work during the day, they get milk of mag at night. If the milk of mag at night doesn't work, the next day they get a frickin' suppository. If the frickin' suppository doesn't work, then they get a fleet enema. If the fleet enema doesn't work, then we have to bring in a doctor and they get a full rectal workup. And that doesn't happen very often. Usually the suppository makes everything kind of flow out, you know what I'm saying? But I do have to say one tip. I don't know if you're supposed to do this, but I double glove and have one of the aides hold the person and spread eagle for me. And you double glove and you just kind of pop it up there, let it hang for a bit, and pop it out, close the cheeks, let it melt. That's the one thing that you're allowed to double glove on. If you're trying to give some other kind of love, you know what I'm saying? Don't double glove that, it's gonna break and you're gonna have a baby. And you don't want that unless you do. But if you do, I don't think you'd use 2 condoms, so. Next thing I learned is that dementia patients can say really, really sweet things, and they can say really creepy things. I had one lady who told the aide that she was in pain, so I went in and I asked her how blah blah blah, and I came back and got her a Tylenol. I said, here's your Tylenol, and she looks at me dead in the eye and goes,
"Oh, honey, I'm sorry to keep you up. I was in so much pain. You should go back to bed."
And I was like, don't worry, I was up anyway, but I'm about to go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed right now, no problem. And she said,
"Okay, honey, I'll see you in the morning."
I was sitting at the nurse's station doing some charting, and there was a couple of ladies that were sitting at the counter with a ton of towels. They were folding my laundry for me because I didn't have time to fold my laundry. And one of them grabs the other lady and goes,
"We gotta get out of here. Where's the basement? We gotta get out of here. Let's go. We gotta go before they catch us."
That was kind of fun. And then the same lady was sitting there alone, and she goes,
"Will you go tell the boy in the closet? Ask him if he has a bike."
and so I open up the bedroom and I'm like, yo, do you have a bike? And I was like, he doesn't have a bike, I'm sorry. And then she goes,
"Tell him it's my mom's birthday."
I was like, okay. So I was like, hey, she just wanted me to let you know that it's her mom's birthday. And this lady is like 94. Her mom is gone. The one thing I really hate doing, which it's not hard, but breathing treatments are so irritating. I don't know if it's a state thing or if it's like my facilities thing, but we have to do an entire like respiratory workup before and after, including like lung sounds, respirations, pulse ox, heart rate, stuff like that, which is fine because I understand we want to see if it's working because we do it before and after. But the worst part is you have to stay in the room with them because it's a medication, and so I don't know, it's just there's something weird about just sitting there with a person while they're doing a breathing treatment. It takes about, I don't know, 7 minutes probably, and you're just kind of sitting there trying to talk, but you can't talk to them because they have a freaking mask on and they're trying to watch TV, so I'm trying to watch what they're watching, but it's always like I Love Lucy or some silent picture, and I don't watch that, so I don't know, not a fan. I've also learned that every single nurse does everything completely differently. Like, I've precepted with a few nurses on different halls, but I've noticed that if I was precepting with one nurse on one specific hall and the same hall but with a different nurse, their delivery was so different, which is kind of nice because I can kind of take what I like from this person, take what I like from this person, and make my own little rhythm going on. It's a lot more difficult on days because not everyone is awake, not everyone will take their meds first thing in the morning. So once you get to know, we call them elders, once you get to know the elders, it's a little easier to make a routine. But the prior to bed medications are way easier because everyone's trying to go to bed, so you just kind of start at one end and just go down the line. Calling doctors is the worst. So we don't really have sliding scale for insulin at my work. The medical director isn't a fan, apparently. So our protocol for high blood sugars is anything over 300, we have to call and get instruction. But there's one man who has his own specific order where it's anything over 400. And you know, I'm a new nurse, like I'm concerned, like I don't know what I'm doing. So I call the doctor because I checked this man's blood sugar and it was 416, which yes, it's like really hardly over 400, but it specifically says in his MAR that if it's over 400, call him. So I did. I left a voicemail, never got back. So I faxed an S-bar to his office, never got back to me. So, and then, totally off topic, but I was shadowing our admissions nurse for the day, and we had to go interrupt him to get something. Someone being discharged needed a wheelchair, and there wasn't a wheelchair for her, so we had to figure all that out, blah, blah, blah. So we go there to tell him, we go to his office, and he goes, "Why does everything always land on me? Why do I have to do everything?" And I just wanted to look at him and be like, yo, you're the medical director. You make literally every single protocol. You're one of 2 doctors and 2 NPs that are in charge of all of the people in this building. And who else would it fall on? Like, if I could order a wheelchair, I would order a wheelchair. But I'm an LPN. I can't do that. So yeah, those are the 5 things I learned in my first month of being a nurse. Let me know if any of this relates to you, if you feel the same way. I'm genuinely interested. I want to know what you learned in your first 5 months as a nurse. 5 months, I want to know what you learned in your first month as a nurse. Not even that, maybe even your first year. I'll keep periodically updating. Let me know what else you want to see. I could talk about how I passed the NCLEX in the minimum amount of questions. It took me about 25 minutes, and then I was outie. I think I'm going to film a what's in my nurse's bag because it's filled with goodies. Alright, if you like this video, please subscribe, like, share it with your fellow nursing friends, your CNA friends, your mom. Just, if you liked it, go ahead and do that. Okay,